You've been told your whole life to be nice, be agreeable, be generous, be the man who brings flowers, texts good morning, and waits patiently for a chance to prove he's different. And yet you've watched yourself get sidelined, overlooked, friend-zoned, and passed over for men who don't try half as hard. It burns quietly, like a slow flame behind your ribs, because you know you're a good man. You care. You show up. You listen. So why does it feel like the more you give, the less you're wanted? The truth is simple and uncomfortable. Nice is not the same thing as strong, and attraction is not a moral reward. Attraction is a felt experience rooted in tension, polarity, and presence. And when you confuse niceness with value, you drain the very current that makes a woman feel alive in your orbit. If what you've heard so far is shifting how you see yourself, stay with me until the end, because we're just getting started. Let's cut straight through the fog. The nice guy isn't punished because he's kind. He's punished because he's covertly transactional. He does favors like they're lottery tickets he can cash in for affection. He performs patience while silently resenting that it isn't working. He's agreeable not because he's grounded, but because he fears conflict more than he loves truth. Underneath, he's negotiating for permission to want what he wants. Women feel that. People feel that. It's a nervous, jittery frequency, a need for validation disguised as generosity, and it repels, not because kindness is unattractive, but because self-abandonment is. The real reason nice guys finish last is that their niceness is often a mask for a lack of boundaries, a collapsed spine, and a refusal to lead. Women don't fall for cruelty or chaos. They fall for men who are warm but unyielding in their core, men who protect their sense of self while opening space for connection. That mix, kindness with a backbone, is rare, and that's precisely where you're going. You need a new operating system, a clear internal code. Here it is. You are already valuable before she responds, before she compliments you, before she returns your text. Your attention is a gift because it's scarce and sincere. Your time is expensive because you fill it with purpose. Your frame, the way you see yourself and the world, is the gravity that pulls everything into orbit. When you move from this code, you stop chasing and start choosing. You stop over-explaining and start inviting. You stop proving and start presencing. That shift is everything. It changes your voice, your eyes, your posture, your timing. It changes the air around you. Let's talk about presence. Attraction is the body's response to a man who appears safe, capable, and directional. Safe means he has self-control. He doesn't explode or collapse under pressure. Capable means he can handle life, his finances, his emotions, his relationships, with a steady hand. Directional means he knows what he wants and he moves toward it without apology. Presence is not about being loud, it's about being felt. Imagine stepping into a room and not rushing to fill silence. Imagine standing tall, shoulders relaxed, breath low, eyes soft, voice slower than you're used to. Your slowness communicates abundance. I'm not in a hurry. I'm not hunting for approval. I'm choosing. It tells her nervous system that you're not a threat and not a beggar. That alone creates tension, the good kind, because now she's curious. Curiosity is the spark that ignites everything else. You may be wondering, so what do I do moment to moment? Start before you meet her. Prime your nervous system. 5 deep breaths into the belly. Exhale longer than you inhale. Feel your feet. Loosen your jaw. This isn't fluff, it's signal. Your body is a radio station, and women are exquisitely tuned to it. When you approach, your energy should say, I'm alive, I'm here, I'm open to meeting you, and I'm entirely okay if we don't connect. That non-attachment isn't cold, it's magnetic. It frees you to be honest, and honesty is intoxicating. Hey, I noticed your style from across the room and I wanted to meet you. I'm James. Direct. Clean. No flattery you don't mean, no games you don't respect. Then pause. Silence is your ally. Let her feel you. Let the moment breathe. When she speaks, listen like you're reading a map. Not to perform interest, but to discover whether you want to invest. This is where nice guys collapse. They try to keep her engaged by agreeing with everything. Don't do that. You're not there to mirror, you're there to meet. If she shares, follow up with a question that threads purpose through the conversation. That's cool, you're into design. What problems do you love solving most? Your questions should invite depth without interrogating. If she jokes, you tease back lightly. If she's sarcastic, you smile and hold eye contact as if to say, "I see your edge and I'm not bothered by it." This is playful challenge, not cruelty. Gentle challenge communicates resilience. It shows that you won't kneel before her mood or pedestal her opinion, and that paradoxically makes your approval more meaningful. Leadership is the next pillar. Replace vague interest with clear direction. Don't ask, "Do you want to hang out sometime?" That's fog. Create a frame she can step into. "I'm free Thursday after 6. There's a wine bar on Elm that does a beautiful Pinot. Meet me there at 7. Specific, considered, confident. You're not forcing, you're proposing. She can accept, counter, or decline. If she counters with broader uncertainty, respect your time. Sounds like you're busy. Let's leave it, and if you want to circle back, you know where to find me. That line is powerful because it refuses to become her unpaid project manager. It keeps your dignity intact and signals that you don't chase ambivalence. This is essential, kindness with a spine. You can be generous and still have rules. Your boundaries protect the container in which attraction can grow. If she disrespects your time, chronically late, canceling last minute with flimsy excuses, you call it out simply. I run a tight schedule. If we're doing this, I need you to be on time. Not angry, not pleading, just standards. Standards are sexy because they tell her that your yes means something. You are a man whose life has weight, and she will feel honored to be included in it. Now to the art of tension. Tension is the pulse of attraction. Too little and there's boredom, too much and there's anxiety. You calibrate it. Start with warmth, relaxed eye contact, a small smile, a genuine compliment that isn't about her body but about her vibe or style. Then introduce playful friction. If she claims she's always late, smirk lightly, then I'll give you 5 minutes before I start without you. The goal is not to diminish her, but to keep the dance alive. You're saying, I won't collapse into your frame. We'll build a third space together where both of us bring energy. When she pokes, oh, you think you're special? You shrug as if it's self-evident. To the right people, yes. That self-assuredness is the antidote to the nice guy's apology for existing. Texting is where many men bleed out their mystery. Keep it simple and grounded. Use text to set logistics, to share a snapshot of your day's purpose, or to flirt briefly. Don't pour your soul into paragraphs. Don't conduct an entire relationship from your thumbs. A strong rule: if you could say it in person, don't over-text it. It's better to leave small pockets of space than to hand over your entire inner world to a screen. Space creates anticipation. Anticipation is oxygen for attraction. If she takes hours to reply, don't match her delay as a tactic. Simply continue your life and respond when it's natural. You're not playing tit for tat, you're honoring your rhythm. If this is hitting something inside you, drop your thoughts below. I read every single one. The first date is your stage for embodied leadership. You arrive slightly early. You've chosen a place with flow, quiet enough to talk, alive enough to feel human. When she arrives, you stand to greet her. Your eyes speak first, calm, interested. Depending on context and comfort, a brief hug is fine if she leans in. If not, a warm hello does the job. Take the seat facing the room so your attention can rest easily. You're a man who surveys and settles. Order with ease. If she says, you choose, you do. If she prefers her own order, perfect. You're not rigid. You're responsive. In conversation, alternate lightness and depth. Ask about the part of her life that lights her up. Watch for spark versus scripted answers. Share a story that reveals your standards and values without preaching. Last year, I turned down a project that paid well because the team's integrity didn't match mine. Best decision I made, created space for the work I actually want. That's not bragging, that's signaling. You are showing her who she gets when she chooses you. Your eyes are an instrument. Nice guys glance away too quickly, searching for safety in the ceiling or their glass. Hold eye contact a breath longer than usual and let the corners of your mouth hint at amusement, as if her presence is genuinely pleasing. Speak slower than your thoughts. Your pacing tells the truth about your nervous system. You're not rushing to convince, you're curated. When a topic invites a difference of opinion, don't duck it. I see it differently. Then lay out your view clearly and with kindness. A woman feels safer with a man who can disagree without aggression. And that safety allows her to relax into her feminine current, which is the essence of polarity. Two distinct energies meeting without losing themselves. Physical escalation is an area the nice guy either avoids entirely or executes clumsily. The path is simple. Lead, read, ask. If the energy is mutual, her body angled toward you, sustained eye contact, playful touches, you can test the moment. Reduce the physical gap slightly and lower your voice. If it still feels green, name your intent. I'd like to kiss you. Those 5 words are a masterclass. They're decisive, respectful, and undeniably masculine. If she says yes, beautiful. If she hesitates or says not yet, you smile and keep the date flowing. No pout, no pressure. Your core message is, I desire you and I respect you. Both can exist. That combination is rare and unforgettable. Let's talk about tests because they will happen. Many men label these moments negatively, but what's usually happening is simple. She's checking the edges of your frame. Not to hurt you, but to see if you're real. She may poke at your taste, your work, your confidence. Oh, so you think you're a leader? That's not an attack, it's an opportunity. Respond with amused mastery. I lead where it matters and listen where it counts. No anger, no defense, just oxygen and self-trust. If she throws logistical chaos, let's move it to next week. I'm super busy. You hold your line. I'm tied up then. If it's a priority for you, suggest a time that works. If she doesn't, you release it without bitterness. Your time is not a doormat. Here's how you stop being invisible. You stop making women your purpose. Purpose comes first. Mission organizes your life. When your calendar is built around growth, your craft, your body, your mind, every interaction with a woman becomes an invitation, not a necessity. You become less available by nature because you're building something bigger than yourself. That's not a trick. It's alignment. Do the work that strengthens your spine. Lift heavy things, learn skills, keep promises to yourself, cultivate solitude. A man comfortable alone is never needy with company. The irony is elegant. When you no longer chase validation, you start receiving desire. Style matters because it's nonverbal storytelling. Clean lines, intentional fit, groomed facial hair, a scent that whispers rather than shouts. Not to impress, but to demonstrate standards. Your watch tells time, your shoes tell attention. Your posture is a manifesto. When you walk, you move like a man who knows where he's going. You're not staring at the ground counting your sins. You're scanning horizons. This is not about being someone else, it's about being the sharpest version of you. Now, to program the habits that keep you stuck. Stop offering emotional labor you haven't been asked for. Stop fixing problems to earn relevance. Stop pretending you don't have preferences. Start saying, I want, and I don't. Start letting opportunities pass that don't meet your standards. Scarcity makes men settle. Abundance empowers discernment. And abundance is not a pile of phone numbers. It's the conviction that you can create connection whenever you choose, because you bring value wherever you go. That conviction frees you to move on when a situation is misaligned. That's when you become unshakable. Rejection is a rite of passage, not a referendum on your worth. You'll approach and be turned down. You'll text and be ghosted. You'll go on a date and not feel the spark. Good. Each moment is a rep for your nervous system. Your practice is recovery with grace. If she declines, you smile. No problem. Wish you a good night. If she ghosts, you don't chase with escalating paragraphs. You let silence do its job. If she returns later, you assess whether it's worth reopening. You are not vindictive because you don't lose yourself. Pain becomes data, not dogma. Growth becomes steady, not dramatic. This is how you build a relaxed, dominant energy. You learn to carry disappointment without collapsing. Dominance here doesn't mean domination. It means you dominate yourself, your impulses, your reactions, your standards. Let's get tactical with the approach because repetition builds fluidity. When you see a woman you want to meet, approach within seconds. Action breaks overthinking. Your opener is honest and concise. You have a presence that caught my eye. I'm your name. That's it. If she engages, ask something anchored in the moment or in something real she's wearing or doing. Never a canned line that feels mass-produced. If she's closed off, you don't force the lock. No worries, have a good one. You leave cleaner than you arrived. Over time, this practice rewires your brain to treat social risk as normal. Courage becomes your baseline. On dates, learn the rhythm of masculine pacing. Masculine energy is directional. You choose, you move, you pause. Let your pauses land. When she finishes a thought, breathe. Consider. Respond. Your measured pace plants flags. I am not performative, I am not nervous, I am not trying to be chosen, I am choosing to. Then inject unpredictability, not chaos, just a break from the script. Change venues after a drink. We're taking a short walk. There's a spot around the corner with the best espresso. Movement keeps energy alive and shifts the scene from interview to experience. If what I'm saying is making pieces click together for you, stay with me. And, when this ends, share the one insight you're acting on this week. Your voice matters here. One of the most seductive qualities you can have is discernment. Most men try to be liked. Few men decide who they like. Early on, qualify. Work is intense right now. I protect my energy. I look for people who bring levity and curiosity. That's not a test. It's a lens. It invites her to show you those qualities. If she doesn't, you won't punish her. You'll simply drift out with grace. Attraction thrives when both people are free to walk away. Freedom is fuel for desire. Let's dismantle a dangerous myth that women want bad boys. What women often respond to is polarity and certainty. The so-called bad boy embodies what the nice guy refuses to touch: risk, edge, unapologetic desire, but he lacks reliability. The antidote is not to become reckless. It's to integrate the edge without losing the anchor. You can flirt with danger while keeping your promises. You can be playful without being careless. You can be intense without being unkind. That integration, edge plus ethics, creates a distinct signature. It makes her feel both alive and secure, and that paradox is rare enough to be unforgettable. Your language is your sword. Eliminate neediness from your phrasing. Avoid begging structures. If you want, maybe we could, I don't know if you'd be into. Replace them with clean invites. Join me, let's do, I'm heading to. Notice the difference in your body when you speak them. One collapses your chest, the other expands it. When you make a request, own it fully. When you receive a no, accept it fully. This full ownership is the scent of maturity. Now, long-term dynamics. If you're building something more than a night, keep polarity alive by maintaining your life. Don't abandon your training, your friendships, your work. Don't move your entire world to orbit hers. She didn't fall for a satellite, she fell for a sun. Schedule your commitments and keep them. Give generously and receive openly, but never trade your purpose for comfort. Comfort without growth becomes decay, and decay kills attraction quietly, month by month. Keep surprising her, not with grand gestures, but with your evolution. New book, new skill, new boundary, new direction. Growth is foreplay for the soul. You'll encounter moments where she is emotional, uncertain, or testing the bond. Your job is to hold the frame without shutting her down. I hear you. Here's what I can offer. Here's what I can't. Clear, contained, compassionate. If she needs space, give it without sulking. If you need space, request it without aggression. The masculine gift is clarity. The feminine gift is energy. Together, they dance. You don't need to be a therapist, you need to be steady. A word about honesty. It's not just moral, it's magnetic. Say what you mean. If you're dating non-exclusively, say so. If you're leaning toward commitment, say so. If you only want to explore and see the chemistry, say so. Honesty filters in the right people and filters out the wrong ones. It saves you from complicated entanglements and keeps your self-respect intact. Self-respect is cumulative. Every time you break your own word, you withdraw from it. Every time you keep it, you deposit. Aim for wealth. What about competition? Men get weird when they sense other suitors. Relax. Competition is a mirage when you're grounded. If another man is loud and flashy, let him be loud and flashy. You stay measured. If she wavers, you don't vie for attention like a street performer. You model sovereignty. Choose what serves you. I'm not in a rush. If she chooses him, you bow out cleanly. If she chooses you, it's because your steadiness felt like a home she wants to visit again. Either way, you win, because you stayed in integrity. Make a habit of small, masculine acts that tune you for the day. Make your bed with sharp corners, drink water before coffee, move your body. Write one paragraph about what you're building. Send one intentional message to a friend or mentor. Close one open loop. These micro-victories build quiet confidence that carries into every interaction. By evening, when you meet her, you're not a man searching for proof you matter. You're a man already in motion. She will feel that on a level she may never articulate. Let's return to the myth at the center of this. Nice guys finish last. No. Men who abandon themselves finish last. Men who apologize for their desires finish last. Men who treat kindness as currency finish last. A good man. A man whose heart is open, whose standards are alive, whose word is steel, finishes exactly where he intends to, because he chooses and leads and knows when to walk away. If this is landing, send it to a brother who needs it today. Don't keep it to yourself. Before we close, I want you to imagine a simple scene. You walk into a room where the air smells faintly of citrus and conversation. You're not scanning for permission, you're scanning for resonance. You catch her eye, and there's a flicker. Something curious, something alive. You approach, not with the energy of "please choose me," but with the energy of "I choose to say hello." You speak your truth. You feel your feet. You let the moment breathe. Maybe you exchange numbers. Maybe you don't. Either way, you leave heavier with self-respect than you entered. That is the practice. That is the power. Desire is not a debt you have to pay to be worthy. It's a current you learn to carry. So here's your next move. For the next 7 days, practice one clear boundary, one direct invitation, and one courageous silence. A boundary. I can't make it last minute. Give me a day's notice. An invitation. Join me for coffee on Thursday at 5. A silence. Let a moment breathe after you say something real. Watch how your world reorganizes around your clarity. Momentum will build. People will respond. You'll feel a different kind of respect in the mirror. Close your eyes for a breath and commit to this shift. From seeking to choosing, from proving to presencing, from nice to good. Good men are grounded, generous, directional, and unafraid to want. Good men protect their time and open their hearts. Good men don't need to talk about being good. They show it in the way they hold the room and the way they let it go. When you walk with that energy, you don't chase attraction, you cause it. If what you heard today moved something in you, stay close. There's more depth where this came from. Drop your biggest insight in the comments. I read every single one. If you know a brother who's drowning in overthinking and needs a handout, send this to him now. And if you're ready for more conversations like this, direct, honest, and built for men who are done with performing, subscribe and stay in the circle. Take the next step. Walk out into your evening with your shoulders relaxed and your eyes steady. Be the man whose niceness is backed by a spine, whose desire is clean, whose word is gold. The myth ends the moment you decide to end it. The real reason nice guys finish last is that they stop leading themselves. Start leading again. Everything else will follow.